Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, welcome back to the Baseball Head 2, and hopefully you like this video, and hit that subscribe button. So this is I'm a Mets fan, as you can tell, but this is my second channel. You'll know it's called Baseball Head 2, so it must be a Baseball Head, which is where I talk about the Mets primarily, but on the Baseball Head 2, I talk about anything. Right now, one of the most hottest things to talk about on YouTube are the Yankees. Now, I understand the Mets have played poorly as well, and it's going to be very knit and tuck and tight to get to the postseason for both teams. But I like to talk about the Yankees. I like making fun of the Yankee fans, and it helps YouTube, get pretty decent views on here. So if some Yankee fans don't like it, too bad. Too bad. You got to get over it. Because you're not censoring me. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. Now, as I do this video, as I record this video, at almost 10:30 at night, Eastern Standard Time, the Yankees are losing 2-0. I will say this: Devin Williams, he's not been the same since Pete Alonso hit the home run against him. He just just coughed up another game for them. We'll see how this game finishes. Right now he's in the middle of a mess there. But obviously there's a big problem with the Yankees. And in fact, earlier today, they optioned Jake Bird, the guy they picked up from the Rockies last week at the trade deadline. They made such a big deal about it. Here's a little bit of what MLB Trade Room said. The Yankees have optioned right-hander Jake Bird to AAA, according to a team announcement. Corresponding move has not yet been announced, though ESPN's Jorge Castillo notes that right-hander Mark Leiter Jr. is expected back from the injured list today and take Bird's roster spot. Now, his ERA for the season or with the Rockies was 4.79. His ERA with the Yankees has been 27. What? You heard me. 27.00. He has pitched terribly. And to see them so quickly send this guy down to the minor leagues, it tells you how poorly they've played since they've made those deals. They've not won a game since the trading deadline. And they're all fighting with each other. The media is going back and forth with the manager. We know that A-Rod and Derek Jeter have been critical of the team. We know that the media, I've been critical. I've just been having fun just talking about them and stuff. But, the media is really ripping into them pretty hard. And now there's calls of him getting fired. Him is Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees. Now, he's been a manager of the Yankees for a long time now, since 2018. He was a guy that came from the broadcast booth. He's done a good job here. But you get the sense that I think maybe he's getting tired of the nonsense, tired of the questions. He got snippy with John Boy last week. John Boy O'Brien. I don't know why you would get snippy with O'Brien. He's a lightweight. And he kind of and O'Brien didn't know how to handle it. He's a little nervous about him. I guess there's a little tension there today because they had this sort of show, every Tuesday that's affiliated with the Yes Network. And then, I will mention this about John Boy. Better watch your staff. Because if I find out any more about the nonsense of them ripping into players and really attacking players in a terrible way, I have a video I can do at any point. So, and that got swept away pretty quick. If you want, been paying attention, that whole situation with the producer going after Freddie Freeman, or George Springer, that got swept away pretty quick. And people forgot about it. But here we have from Awful Announcing and WFAN, which I don't have a crazy part for WFAN today. But Evan Roberts he's calling for the Yankees to fire Aaron Boone. And his partner today, the Spud, Sean Marash, who looks and sounds like a Spud, well, he's calling for the firing of Brian Cashman. Now, like I said, Aaron Boone has been with the Yankees a long time now. And sometimes, when you're in a place for a long time, the team will, whatever team it is, they'll start to ignore you. You just become part of the furniture. Here's the headline from Awful Announcing. WFAN's Evan Roberts calls for playoff-bound Yankees to fire manager Aaron Boone. Quote, I watch bullpen mismanagement. I watch bad defense. I watch heads-up-your-ass baseball. Oh, boy. It's August in New York, which means it's the perfect time for WFAN to call for the job of Yankees manager Aaron Boone. And it's funny when they mention that. They know that this is a pattern with the Yankees. With the WFAN, the fire people. The Yankees fresh off. I would mention this, if you're a New York Knicks fan, they were calling for the firing of Tom Thibodeau pretty much all season, or tiptoeing around it. And then when the Knicks finally fired him, they're like, why'd you do that? That's how WFAN is. When they were demanding that the Mets fire Buck Showalter 2 years ago, outright demanding it for 2 months, 3 months, then they finally did, why'd you fire him? This is what they do. They will say to fire Aaron Boone, and then once he does get fired after the season, he'll get fired after the season if this doesn't turn around. Then they'll be like, why'd you do that? What's the matter with you? He's a great man. That's what they'll say. It's not his fault. I would mention that tonight, Horseface is in the lineup, and they have no runs for it. Bad, pretty bad. They brought in Mark Leiter Jr. now to pitch to Ozuna. I don't know who that is. The Yankees fresh off their first AL pennant since 2009. Were 10-1 to win the World Series heading into the season. They've not exactly made good on the astronomical expectations. Here in the first full week of August, they sit at 60-53. The team is sitting in the second wildcard spot at 5.5 games out of the AL East. That all led WFAN afternoon host Evan Roberts. He might be the most sanest person at the radio station. Come to the conclusion that the Yankees need to fire manager Aaron Boone. Quote, I watch bullpen mismanagement, I watch bad defense, I watch heads up your ass baseball, Roberts ranted on Tuesday. The more I've watched, the more angry I get, and so the only solution I can offer to the Yankees fan out there is they got to fire the manager. And Aaron, if you're listening, it's not personal. It's only business. It's business. Because firing the manager sparks teams. Not necessarily. I don't necessarily believe that. It depends. I think you're so far into the season, I don't think it's appropriate right now. I just don't. If they were going to do that, they should have done it back in June. Because then it gives your team time to adjust to it. I don't think today, right now, is the appropriate time. I think you just go with what you got. Well, the Yankees do intend to ride out their rosters and have been fiercely loyal to Aaron Boone for 8 seasons. New York just acquired 3 relief pitchers at the MLB trade line, as well as a new third baseman. Yet those moves gave way to a sweep at the hands of the Miami Marlins over the weekend, a dismal showing against a mediocre small market team, but they've played really well. Facing championship expectations on a perennial basis, the Yankees are always expected to take big swings. And now Roberts believes it's finally time for New York to fire Boone, every fan's favorite punching bag. I got a relative that's a Yankee fan. He hates Aaron Boone. He hates him. However, Co-Spud, I said, bro, there's Co-Spud. Who knew? Some would say co-host. Co-Spud. Sean Marash isn't convinced. He is the messenger boy for the Yankee organization, unfortunately, the Spud retorted. And the message to that Yankee team and that Yankee roster is if somebody messes up, F's up, nothing matters. Nothing gets held in an accountable fashion. With just 2 championships this century and a diminished core around reigning AL MVP and Triple Crown winner, being, the Belmont, the Preakness, and of course, Kentucky Derby. No, I'm just joking. The Yankees are in a strange place. Firing Boone likely won't change much, but New York fans won't be patient enough to wait around for the next great Yankees team without further changes. I think the pretty much obvious thing here, and the easiest and most, the most popular thing that people have said is that if George were alive, heads would roll. Brian Cashman would have been gone a long time ago. Aaron Boone would have been gone a long time ago. A good portion of these players. Anthony Volpe would have been gone. Okay. The Yankees have made some big mistakes over the last few years. It started with them trading for Giancarlo Stanton from the Marlins, because the money that they have spent on him all these years has not been put in the right place. He's been injured most of the time. He's a great hitter. He's a great player. But he's been unhealthy the whole time that he's been here for the most part. When he's played great. And the other thing that they did, which I really thought the Yankees could have, they need another left-handed hitter in this line, but I thought they should have signed Corey Seager after the 2021 season, whatever it was. When all the great shortstops were out on the market, because they needed a shortstop. They need an established guy. He was a winning player. He's got obviously 2 MVPs in the World Series, so he's a winner. And they don't have too many players like that on the roster. And I thought that was a move that they needed to make. They didn't do that, and it's costing them. You cannot have a weak position at shortstop. Okay, that shortstop position, unless the other players on the infield are great and you have a great catcher, you can't go short at shortstop. No pun intended. You have to have a great player. You have to have a great player there. As the Rangers just turned a double play on a Corey Seager ball hit to his right. You have a great shortstop. You have a great chance to play well and a great chance to win. And they don't have that. And that brings your whole team together. But like I said, you have great players in other positions on the infield and behind the plate. You can compensate for that. And the Yankees didn't do that. That was a very big thing that they didn't do. Stanton didn't even run hard. Wow. So that's another thing as well. When you have Stanton there who can't play the field, he can't move, he can't run, all he can do is hit home runs, and you don't have a shortstop that is any good, you're not going to win. And no matter what Aaron Judge does, it's not going to matter at this point. Now, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, more videos on the Yankees and their plight. Right now, they got 2 outs here. And this is a pretty bad situation that the Yankees are in right now. They're going to get swept again, I guess. Or lose the first 2 games, first 2 games in Texas. Boy, oh boy, 0-5 after the trading deadline. Let's see. And you got Phil Maton out there. Boy, oh boy, they really in a bad way. But I don't think firing the manager is really going to help at this point. Just ride it out. I think it's too disruptive this late in the season to do that, in my opinion. Now, I am a Met fan. Again, don't get grumpy by hearing a different perspective. I understand the Mets aren't playing well. But I can still talk about the Yankees. I know people like the video. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.